Okay, so I actually had a user account though. Sorry.
Yeah. Can you hear me from here?
Yeah.
All right. So let me here. I'm gonna give you the second link. I just give you via Slack. Just try that one out, and then I'm gonna send that via email to everyone's because some of the yeah.
Okay, that's the second link.
Cool. It worked. It worked good.
Yeah, is this the same Hangout?
Yeah.
Okay, so either you can join through the class or join just as a
Yeah.
Google.
Do you want to try joining from the classroom just to check that and see if it works too?
Yeah, I did. That was my first time I logged in.
Oh, you just clicked on the button?
Yeah, I clicked on the button.
Oh, cool. Awesome. All right. Nice. All right. So we should be all set then. All right. I'll send this via this link so they can join as a faculty member. If they join from the classroom, most of them haven't signed up yet because they probably just got the link information from Tim or they just saw it because it's today. So that's why I'm sending it via email as well.
Okay.
Well, if you have not created an account, yeah, you can join the link below.
Okay, I saw that.
Ooh, this is over there.
Okay, so do you need me on or
Yeah. Do you have a meeting?
no? I just hear you typing, so I don't know if you wanted me.
Oh, sorry. Oh, just right now. Oh, yeah, yeah, because the meeting starts in like 15 minutes anyway, so we're gonna be coming in soon.
Okay.
Uh,
I'll just mute you then.
okay, sorry.
Hi, Stephen. Matt Baker here. Can you hear me? Except I can't hear you though. Um, uh, hmm. Still nothing yet. Jeff, can you hear me? It's Matt Baker.
Yes.
Okay, good. So I think Stephen, I can hear Jeff. I just can't hear you. So maybe your mic is not active. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. You can hear me. Well, hmm. Yeah. Yeah, Steve, we're still quiet on your side. So hopefully we can figure it out. William, welcome. It looks like you're on mute though, so we won't be able to hear you. Oh, I think maybe Everett's muted.
Hey guys, we're waiting on Tim right now, so he's coming in right now. I'm on the phone with him, so should be ready to go soon.
Seriously, this is a Google Hangout thing?
All right, I think we got everyone. All right, so we got Jeff, Tim, Steve. Steve, can you hear us now? Maybe William as well. Okay. Matt, can you hear me? Hmm. Hey Tim, I think we can't hear you. Okay, great. You guys can hear me.
Hey, Andrew, can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I forgot to put it in the headset.
Oh, you're all good. Awesome. Well, welcome everyone. Are we waiting on anyone else, Tim?
Do we have Will? I see Steve. Oh yeah, Will's here. Okay, cool. So Jeff is here, Murray's here. Gossi is en route. She may join us a little bit late.
Okay, no problem.
So okay, we're all set.
Fantastic. All right, great. So essentially what we're on right now is a different Google Hangout than normal. We're on a Google Hangout on Air. Basically what that is a broadcasted version of a Google Hangout. You can have up to 1 million students join live to be able to watch a session of individuals talking, having a meeting like we're having now, or a lecture environment. So it's very conducive to be able to record that lecture, automatically send it back to Nopal for later viewing, so you can have asynchronous learning as well as be able to have a live synchronous discussion with your class and also other faculty members. So essentially what we're in right now is a faculty group collaborating. I'm going to give you a little demo of the platform. If you have time after the demo is over, you can go and create an account. I believe Tim shared the instructions over email, so you can go in, check out that demo course that I'm going to be demoing, and you can go and check out that information. Back to Nopal for later viewing, so you can have asynchronous learning as well as
Cool.
Be able to have a
So Andrew, what's cool is I'm looking at this on both face-to-face as well as on a separate tablet, and I'm watching the recording on the tablet as we're talking. So the tablet right now is probably about 3 minutes behind because I just started that feed.
Okay.
So that's really cool. So you're able to see it live, real time, as well as look at the recording later.
Yeah, and it'll be a little delayed. So in terms of the feed, so you can go and go across to the live version, or if it is already live, usually it's around like 15 to 20 seconds off in terms of the delay over the broadcast. But when students ask questions via the Q&A, it'll appear directly live on the Q&A. So on the right-hand side of that, if you're on the app, you'll be able to see a little Q&A. And then on the bottom part, you can ask a question. And so if we come to the Q&A, I can be able to get your question right from the audience. And then I can answer it. And then when I answer questions from the Q&A, it essentially allows me to record that answer. And then when the students go and watch it after, they can click on the question that was asked and see exactly in the presentation where I answered that question. Any questions before I go into the demo or what Nopal is? Is everyone up on Nopal, or do you guys want a quick explanation of what we're doing?
So Andrew, just real quick, this team also has a link now to create their own Nopal account to join the Nopal Demo 101 course. And in there is a document that shows just sort of the Nopal overview as well as some video. Gossi has joined us now as well. Cool. And so if everybody has a chance, go back into their email and check the login for Nopal to create your demo account. Okay.
Awesome. Okay. All right. So right now I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and I'll show you the Nopal platform. So Tim, let me know if you see it.
Yep, we see it.
Awesome. Okay. So I'll give you guys a quick demo of the platform so you can kind of get familiar with it. And then if you guys have any questions while I'm going through this, let me know. And then as always, you can always go back in and check out the platform after on your own and play around with it. So when you're logged on to Nopal for the first time, you'll be able to see the bulletin board. So similar to Facebook or Twitter, we've really bridged the gap between those activity feeds and things that you're used to in terms of intuitiveness of the interface. It's very similar to an activity feed. We call it the bulletin board. You can scroll through posts, whether it's a Star Wars video or comments or a Google Hangout on Air. That's right on the main bulletin board. On the top, you can be able to post any of these courses or groups. You can just drop down, select the course or group that you're part of, be able to post directly to it. On the right-hand side, I can see an agenda. This is essentially my upcoming assignments, tests, and quizzes, all managed by the faculty member, but as a student or faculty member, you're able to see all that, all the course assignments, tests, and quizzes right from one place, filter out between your courses and personal calendar, and change that up. So if you want to get personalized notifications about every homework, test, or quiz, you'll be able to do that right on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, you have your big calendar with essentially a bigger view of your agenda, your documents, courses that I'm enrolled in through the school, as well as any groups I'm a part of. So I'm just going to go to my NB 101 course. It'll highlight in green, and now I'm in the course. That easy. So I can just come in on the top. You have a few different features right here that we've integrated, and we really focus on the core of the experience for classrooms and faculty, giving them the ability to communicate with their class via the bulletin. So this allows a two-way street of communication where students can come in for the first time, ask questions. It's in the forefront of the experience. They can comment, be able to have a discussion right in the general page for the course. You also have your roster, documents, basically your Google Drive for your class. And I'll go into the assignments and gradebook a little bit later. So if I want to set up a Google Hangout or a Google Hangout on Air, all I had to do is press Google Hangout and then start that Google Hangout, and I can do a lecture, right? And I can post that to the classroom, and then it would post very similarly to what you see below. I don't want to start that just because I don't want to create a new one, but I'll do a regular Google Hangout, so I can do like office hours, right? And then I can post a Google Hangout as well. So within one click, you can join a Google Hangout on Air just like we're on right now. It'll send an email notification, or you can join a Google Hangout, which is up to 10 users at once, not recorded, just a regular session. So you can do it for like office hours, group projects, one-on-one sessions, tutoring, whatever you'd like to use that for. Additionally, students can come on here and post to the class. So I can, as a faculty member, I can also post on here. I can say, hey class, make sure to join our office hours session today from 2 to 4 p.m. I can attach that Google Hangout if I want to, so I can say, office hours, 2 p.m., post, done. So then they just press join Hangout, and they're able to join to the session. So really, really easy, one click to be able to do all of that. Any questions so far? All right. So you also can come in here, go to documents. So if I want to be able to access the course documents for MBO 101, I'll be able to do that. Just come back. I can also go into assignments, be able to check it out. So there we go. Documents. Okay, so you have private and a public folder. So as a faculty member, you can choose to be able to upload any lecture notes or materials or presentations right to private, which will be private to you. On the public folder, essentially that's the content that's public to the course. So I can create a folder, I can upload any documents, be able to see them, as also search them right through documents. So really easy to find that information. Now, if you want to be able to create an assignment and a submission, what we've done is essentially integrated that content area with your assignments and also the submissions and feedback and grading right within one place. So I just press create assignment. I can do a homework assignment for DeVry. I can choose a category. I can also change or edit or rename these categories. I can go into the description and I can say this is a test. I can also add a YouTube video. So if I want to maybe add like a little YouTube video here, I can just copy and paste the link, and then it'll appear right below. So super easy to do that. I can choose when it's visible to the students. So I can set up my entire course and make this visible later in the semester so they see it when it comes up on the date. I can make it due on the 2nd. I can attach files, choose a submission type. Now we have 3 different types of submissions. We have a no submission, which is you don't submit any file, but it's for essentially assignments that are like reading assignments, in-class projects, or homework that you're doing in class, or if you would just like to showcase an assignment and have a due date for it, and just as a reminder to the students, you can do that. If you want to do an online submission, essentially the student will be able to upload a file as well as comment on that assignment, and you can have a discussion back and forth with them. And then a discussion board is essentially you have an online discussion assignment that you can have up to your entire classroom, be able to communicate regarding week 1 discussion or a certain topic, and you'll have a due date for that. So to go into the discussion board, I can, if I want to choose that as the assignment type, I can allow late submissions. I can choose a minimum number of posts, and I can say, I want the word count to be 200 and it's required. The minimum number of comments is 1, and it's the word count is recommended to be 50. So that allows you to go and create that. If I wanted to go and create just an online submission, simple as that, I just press create. And I also can do group submissions too. So super easy to do that, super flexible. And there it is. So I can search it or see it right there. Let's just show you how it works when you search. It'll knock it down. I can come in here, see the homework I just created, see the video right here from YouTube that I can play. I can see the submissions below. And if I want to come back, I can see, hey, there's one homework submission already submitted. I can see from here that there is an attachment. I can also see that there's a description and an assignment. Be able to go below and check that out. Great. So if you also can create tests and quizzes right from the platform if you'd like. It's similar to Google Forms. You can come in. I won't go over that in too much detail, but you can go ahead and create one with multiple choice, free response, multiple select, and true and false. Super easy to do that. And then I can also come in on the grade book and be able to showcase and see the grades, the categories, what assignments are under the specific categories. I can also export a CSV. I can show total points for the students if I would like to. I can edit these categories at any time, adding weighted grades or drop the lowest. Super easy to do that. I can also import a CSV file for a certain assignment. So if I'd like to upload something that I already have done on Excel, I can do that right on Notebook. We also have an About page that essentially gives you a course at a glance. I can also distribute the link for this course if I want to copy this link and share it with students from via email to invite them. I can do that. So it's really easy to do that and essentially communicate to your course. Any questions so far? I went through a lot here. Okay. Well, everyone's on mute, so if you're trying to ask a question, you won't be able to ask it. Okay. Cool. So we also have groups right below. And what you can do below groups is essentially you can create an environment to be able to chat with any faculty or any students that are within your courses or outside your courses. And all I have to do to do that is I can just do group name, and I can choose, DeVry session. I can hit next, and I can add any users right from here. So I can just search them, and be able to type their names in and be able to find them, select on their name, and then be able to add them right to the course. I can just press create to add Alec, and then DeVry session will be created right there, and I can chat with the group. So I can say, hey Alec, let's start up a Google Hangout today. And I can, post the Google Hangout group project and be able to collaborate with them. So it's super easy to do that. And so with one click, I don't have to know the person's email address. I just have them automatically synced on Notebook. So it's very, very easy to be able to start that Google Hangout without having to know their email address. There you go. Tim, did you have a question? I think I heard you.
No, I think that was going to be the start of my question, was in creating groups, only that group can see the feeds, or can the group and the instructor also see the feed?
So if you create a group, it'll be outside the classroom, so it's only the group members that are able to be a part of it. But if a group member wanted to, or a faculty member wanted to create additional groups outside, they can just add, tell the students to add the faculty member to the group.
And the faculty member could set the groups up ahead of time as well if they wanted to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they can set their own groups, and they can have like 3 different groups and set that up on their own.
Right. So both faculty and students can create groups independent of each other.
Exactly.
Cool. Okay.
Yep. Anyone else have any questions or anything? Okay, cool.
So Andrew, the ease of submitting, so the stream itself is pretty much a linear stream, right? Is there a way to create branches off the stream or have multiple streams in a given class session?
Yeah, so you can have discussion boards. So right within the assignments, if I create an assignment and I want to maybe discuss my thoughts on a certain on Notebook, for example, we created before a little discussion board, and so you can come in here. Be able to see, as a faculty member, I can see the submissions that are coming in, and then also I can see the discussion board. So if I want to edit, maybe I want to change this assignment to be due later, so I can choose maybe the 30th, allow late submissions, press save. Now you can have students be able to submit those discussion board posts. And so you can have a completely different discussion within assignments and be able to get notifications regarding that on the top when someone submits a discussion. So I can come in here, be able to post. So I can say, hey, class, make sure to submit your discussion post right here. And then I can press create post. When I hit create post, you'll come on here, you'll see the post. It'll essentially review your post, so you make sure that you are confirming that you're posting this information. It'll say the word count as well, and then I'll submit it right here. And then if I want to comment, I can just press comment, and then I can come in here. So here we go. Here's Tim. I can say, yes, I see that you posted. And then I can press reply. It'll also, for comments, it'll do the same thing. It'll review. I press confirm. And then I have it right on there. So I can't delete it once I put it on the discussion board because it is graded in terms of the discussion. So really easy, and I can see Tim posted. So Tim, if you want to try, post a comment as well, just so I can show you how it looks on the grading end, and that way I can come in there and grade it for you. All right, great. So I can go to the submissions now. I can see, oh, well, Tim has one post and one comment. Requirements were not met yet, but I can see in preview his comments right here in posts. So you can see the post that he had as well as the comment right here, and I can go to comment 1 and it'll highlight comment 1 and go to post 1, which is this, or comment 2, testing comments, and I can see that live and be able to grade essentially his discussion right here and say, well, he didn't meet the requirements in terms of the words, so I can give him, I'll give him like a couple points off. And I'll give him some feedback as well. I can say, hey, Tim, make sure to put the word limit next time for full credit. Right? And then I can just press post. I'll be done. And you might be a professor account in there, so that might be why. All right, there you go. And so you can come in and be able to accomplish that. Yeah, that's great. All right. We're having some fun on here. Great. Cool. So that's discussion board. So you can have essentially any other type of a discussion that's graded. It's really easy to be able to grade that discussion from the faculty end, so they don't have to go digging through posts. It automatically reviews their comments, and then also you can have a comments train with that individual and be able to talk with them on the discussion as well. Does that answer your question, Tim?
Yeah, it did. Thanks, Andrew. And Steve's got a question on the chat. If we could take a look at the chat real quick.
Okay, Andrew, can you give us some examples of collaborative activities you've seen done other than discussion within this format? So what I've seen is that some students in maybe liberal arts colleges or classes, they'll, if you're doing like maybe, let's say like a dance class, and so one of those dance classes, they might require students to be able to submit like YouTube videos. So I've seen a lot of students posting YouTube videos right to the bulletin. And so just as an example, I can do YouTube, maybe I'll do like a music video just to show you what I'm talking about here. Let's do music video. And let's see, the first one that pops up might be funny. All right, let's get Taylor Swift in here. All right. So I'll copy this. I'll bring it to Nopal. So if I'm a student in a dance class, I can just post this right to the bulletin. And what's really nice about it is that if you're posting this as maybe you're sharing content, or maybe as a professor you want to be able to have the students be able to share their favorite videos of the week, maybe new music videos or new dance sessions or new moves that they can learn. It allows them to be able to share share something to the class like never before. They can be able to feel free to share their feelings on here. They can share maybe their favorite videos, their favorite content, and be able to learn from their classmates. And that's what's really nice about this. So I can just say, hey class, thought this would be great to share. Feel free to comment on this new music video, right? And then I can post this to the classroom. Immediately Taylor Swift and her video comes up on here. I can be able to watch it right from the class be able to see that Taylor Swift music video right here. So it's really easy to be able to do that. And then students can come on, comment, collaborate on the general bulletin board to be able to communicate about that. And what's nice is that, on other classes, what I've seen is that they've some of the faculty members require them to post like one video every month, and so or every week or every other week, and so they'll be able to post these videos. Students have to comment to be able to get extra credit or extra points, and it allows them to, again, just have learn from their classmates and be able to allow the students to also share informative things that are going on around the world, or going around or learning or applying what they're learning in class and beyond it, with posting something that's relative to what they learn on a daily basis within this class. So it's an interesting way to have that kind of activity through video. And then additionally, what you can do is students can use Google Hangouts on air, like we're on right now, to be able to record themselves. So if they want to be able to maybe post a dance session that they're learning in a different move, and they wanted to show the class and the faculty members as well as the students to get feedback on maybe what they're doing wrong, or how they're learning a certain dance, and they can post that. And I've seen that been done before, where they just post them, they record themselves and post it from a YouTube video to the classroom to get feedback. And so it's a very interesting way to be able to have those kind of activities, and really social activities. All right, so Jeff asked, is there a presence indicator? Can you show us how discussions are graded? How do you distinguish between professor and student comments? So Jeff, in terms of a presence indicator, what do you mean by that?
How do I know who's currently logged in and live?
Oh, on the Hangout, on Google Hangouts?
In the classroom.
On the platform.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you go to the roster. You don't have a live indicator in terms of they're like online today, or like right now, but they're able to post directly to the course. You can see the roster and who's in there. We do have on the roadmap to implement Instant Messenger, and so you will have the ability eventually to see a live indicator, like they're on the platform right now. But right now, that's not a feature that we have currently, but it's definitely a good request. In terms of showing the discussions are graded, yeah, I just went over that, but I can just go over that real quick again. So within the assignments, you can go in and check out like our discussion board that we created before. I can come in here to see that discussion board. Just a couple of students were in here. I can see the submissions. I can be able to grade those submissions by just pressing View and Preview. And then I can come in here and see all the comments from Tim. So Tim's post, which is right here, his comment, it'll highlight his his first comment. It'll highlight the second comment and third comment. And then I can come in here and grade if I would like to, and share feedback with him. Does that answer your question there?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Great. Yeah, so that's that. And you'll be able to essentially right on here, I can come in and see, if we're on here, they're a student. So only students we're only able to grade students. So faculty members that are coming on here, you'll be able to post, but you're not graded, obviously, because you're a faculty member.
And within the discussion board itself, Andrew, how can you distinguish between professor and student?
Well, I mean, normally you can come in here on a discussion board and kind of tell that that's the faculty member. So there's usually, there will be a couple faculty members on the course, but from the student end, they'll be able to post. There's no distinguish between the student and faculty on the discussion board, other than just knowing that that's the faculty member in your course.
Yeah, it might be helpful to be able to highlight comments from professors, since those are probably worth reading more than others, and things you want to highlight, and even a professor-only view for comments, particularly if you're prepping for a quiz or some sort of assessment.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, this is essentially the MVP of discussion boards, was to allow the students to be able to talk about a certain discussion topic, and so we're definitely taking future requests on how to build it out and what other things to add. So there's definitely good opinions. Any other questions on discussion boards? Okay, great. All right. So that's a really good way to be able to have discussion. And if you just want to go back right to the bulletin, you can be able to have that general discussion, post videos, interact with the class right there.
So where's, how do I search the discussions?
So within the assignments, you can just scroll through the feed, just like you would on Facebook.
So I don't use Facebook. Can you show me?
Yeah, so you just scroll through it to be able to find the information you want through whether it's through the bulletin.
I can't see anything. Can you show me right now?
Oh, you can't see my screen?
I see your icon.
Tim, do you see my screen?
Yeah, I do see the screen. You're in the assignments page.
Yeah.
Tab, and then you're going to use the search assignments box to search your actual screen.
So can you, Jeff? Can you see that?
All
now?
right, I see it now.
Okay.
So you're not, and so I guess I'm confused about.
So yeah.
So is the core container the assignment? Is there no discussions outside the assignment? If I just want to search for a keyword, physics, can I pull up all discussions that include the word physics, regardless of assignment?
So how we built it in terms of the bulletin is main discussion questions. So if I want it doesn't have to be related to an assignment. It could be a question about the course. It could be a question that you would normally email instead of posting on here. So what we wanted to do was eliminate a lot of the email redundancy that faculty have, and make for main communication between classmates as well as faculty have that ability to do that right on the course. Now, if you wanted to create an assignment and have a graded discussion, like if a week 1 discussion between your course and you wanted the students to be able to talk about week 1 or talk about a certain thing regarding the course and grade that, then you can create an assignment. And then within that assignment, you can do a discussion board.
So within that, though, Andrew, inside of that discussion board, I've got 155 posts that have now been generated by 30-plus students, and want to either just sort out those posts by physics, as Jeff has suggested, or some other keyword, so I could review those conversations of those topics. As a student, can I do that? And as a professor, how would it be easiest to do that?
Yeah, so I would say that if you're trying to search for things, you can always control find on that. But if you're setting up these discussions as assignments, it's dependent on how the faculty member sets it up. So if a faculty member says, okay, I want to have discussions throughout the different weeks, here's going to be the different topics for each discussion board. So I can have 10 discussion boards. The first discussion is about space. If I want to have a discussion about space and Mars and interstellar travel. And so I can talk about that right on here and be able to, as a student, be able to scroll through the discussion board and find that information just by scrolling. In terms of search functionality, that's not there yet. That is something that we can definitely work towards, adding tags if you want to, or be able to search within it, but that's currently not available. What you're able to do, though, is be able to scroll through a certain week's discussion. If the faculty member sets it up where they have 10 discussions or more, it'll be easier to be able to find that information relative to that topic. But if you're having a discussion board and it's open to any kind of topic, it's a little harder to be able to filter that down. But it's up to the faculty member how they set it up. Now, if the student wanted to post information to the bulletin, just random information or questions, or to be able to tie something to the class, they can do that on the bulletin, and you would just simply scroll through it as well. So it's similar to Facebook in the way that you're just able to interact via the bulletin. You can post on there, comment, not having that search functionality. It's really just meant to be the most recent feed to be able to chat and chat about the class.
Okay. So yeah, and using the same as using the find key, that's going to find and highlight words that are in the thread, but it doesn't give you a way to really click through them next to next or organize them in a more concise manner, right?
Yeah, I would say that in terms of organizing them, you're able to organize it through the different discussion topics. So as a faculty member, if you want more organized discussion, you just create more discussion boards that are on different topics. So I can just edit this topic, edit the assignment title to be discussions on Nopal or discussion on space or whatever my discussion is going to be on, and I can be able to have different assignments for that. So the assignments area essentially is your digital syllabus here. You're able to post the assignments and any tests and quizzes. It's all sorted by date, available date. The students on their end, I'll show what they see. So if I view this as a student, they see the title, they see the status when it's due. I can sort it by that as well. I can see the grade, points, and type all within here. But essentially, this is a list of all my assignments for my course that I need to complete, or need to view, or I need to do a reading assignment, or submit a file, or check out the one-page summary, or watch a classroom video. And anything that I need to do that's an action item is right within this assignments.
So okay, so there you go. So under viewing, you're viewing it as a generic student, but can I view it as a different assignment type as well? Or no?
So you're asking, can you view it? Well, when you go into the assignments, when you click on, so depending on how, so the faculty member is managing their course. So when they come on here, just to show you the X button, I'll show you. So this is the faculty view. When I click create assignment, I can create any type of assignment with this different submission file. So I can do no submission, online submission, discussion board. So those are the different types of assignments you can have. And then you can also create a test or a quiz on here. So when that posts to essentially this area right here, when I posted the DeVry homework, the homework DeVry, that just posts as a link. And so when I click on that link, it'll go to the homework assignment, however I set that up, whether it was a discussion board, just a fully online submission, or no submission.
Or a paper. Or how am I writing?
Right.
Can I submit a paper?
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can show you again. So if I come into the homework, just as an example, this is an online submission, so I can view this as a student if I'd like, just to show what that looks like. So if I press view as student, I can see right below it says the upload button. So I can upload, submit a comment, and submit the assignment to the class. And I can watch the video as well if I want. So an easy way to do that. So if they were submitting a file, submitting a paper, they can do, this is what they would normally see. So they see upload, have a comment, done. Then you can also be able to, from a faculty view, you can also see this assignment from other things. So I can see it when other students have submitted their files as well. So it's really easy to do that too. Now, if I wanted to X this out, I can go and edit this assignment. This is an example. I can allow late submissions and do that. If I wanted to, so someone just created submit contact information. So this is an example of a test. So when you click on the assignment and click on that in here, you'll be able to see the different type, whether it's an assignment, a test, or a quiz. Now from the main feed, you can see what type it is as well. So you can see that this was a quiz. Okay. From the right-hand side. You can also see that it was a homework. So if I made this, a different category like quiz or project or exam, that's what they'll see on the main feed of the assignments. So just a list of all the different assignments, the action items that you have, and organized. So if I wanted to, search this, I can search for homework and be able to find that very easily. Does that make more sense?
Cool. Yeah, and what I'm seeing right now is I'm not seeing the quiz that was submitted yet. I'm seeing just the 4 homework assignments on the classroom side.
Okay.
So is there a time lag between submitting and updating, or
it's because I didn't publish the test yet.
Got it. Okay.
So as a faculty member, I'm able to hold on to information. So if I want to hey, I don't want to make this available yet for the students to see, I can do that. So from this end, so I can come in here and be able to say, okay, I want this to be today, and I want it due then. So I can just press publish, but then I have to come down and say, oh, well, I need to do all these questions. So I can say, what is your name? Say Andrew, right? And I come in here and do what is 1 + 1, and I can choose certain answers for that. Choose the correct answer just by clicking on it. I can hide that, and then I can just say Nopal is a blank. I can do social learning platform as an answer. SLP, whatever it is, right? And I can select these two. And then I'm done. I can just come up, hide that, push publish, all done. So then you'll be able to see those questions and be able to answer them.
Yep. Okay. And so it's instantly published. Cool.
Yep. Unless you want to publish it maybe at a later date, you can set a date to be able for it to publish in time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty simple that way. Hey Matt, Matt Baker, can you hear me? Just want to make sure. Nope. Okay, hold on. Okay. All right. Any other questions about interaction on here?
No. It's a relatively simple environment designed for easy access for groups and students to create their own collaborative spaces, have a social interaction, work on coursework, act as a grading space, act as a bulletin board. Assignments can vary from discussions to interactions, right? And then individuals can have their own document space. How much storage space is available for individuals to have their own documents that they keep either privately and or publicly? And then can students share their documents with each other?
So you can't share within the course as a student, but if you wanted to create a group on the outside, you can be able to share documents. Right now, actually Alex is not on here, but if you wanted to share certain documents, you can share around 10 gigabytes for each course that you have.
Okay. As a faculty member, you can share about 10 gigabytes of documents. Okay.
Yeah, and if you want to go over that amount, you can just ask us.
Mm-hmm. And where are the documents housed? What type of security systems are in place?
So it's right here on documents, so you're able to come in within private, public. So essentially the private area is essentially your area that's private to you as a student, as a faculty member, and also as a student. So you can create your own, upload your own files, create your own folders within here, and all of that is housed within the Noble platform. We're FERPA certified, so in terms of security, we're stage level 2, PCI compliant. Yeah.
Okay.
And then within the assignments, you can also add files. So if I create an assignment, I can attach file right here. I can come on, select the file that I want to upload. I can just attach some screenshots, maybe a CSV. I can press open, attach those right there. So super easy to do that. And then they'll be with the assignment.
Mm-hmm.
So if I come on, maybe I want to come in through a homework, I can be able to see that not only a video, but files are below as well.
Okay, good.
And hey, Tim.
Yep.
This is Matt Baker. The other thing to keep in mind, which is really important, because the paradigm's really shifted from what the previous traditional LMSs have designed around, like the Blackboards and eCollege and others, is this idea of the instructor really owns everything, and unless the instructor does something, assign something, set something up, or what have you, nothing else happens in the class. And so the organic germination of learning is purely historically directed by the faculty member. What this provides now is a much more organic, natural flow of collaboration around learning opportunities, where the others were much more built around kind of artificial or point of action within a course. Now this can be more fluid to provide the students to engage across boundaries of what the teacher establishes to have that learning be much more, like I said, organic and fluid. So that's one thing that really maybe I think Jeff was asking before, kind of how they collaborate. And really the idea is we're doing it in a way that allows students to collaborate beyond just what the faculty establishes as that linear way of engaging in content or learning objects or otherwise. And that's been very positive.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks, Matt. And
Sure.
I know that from a DeVry perspective, so we have instructional designers that design all the course content, and or the framework of the course, including the technical learning outcomes or the learning objectives. From there, they'll also have vetted numerous learning activities, assignments, resources, materials, etc., including a bibliography library of URLs or web links, for that matter. Is that still feasible inside of the Nopal environment? In other words, we create what we call a course shell, and that gets duplicated out to the mass number of faculty. Or would the faculty have listed all within this one given shell, and then the faculty themselves can create their own set of students and courses, or the system can populate for them? Right? We're very automated.
Yeah, no, that's exactly possible within our environment. So on the back end, we can create those shells, and I can have my CTO Alex come in to be able to describe a little more in detail about that. He's coming in right within the next minute or so. So you can talk a little bit about the process for what we do on the back end, and then we'll do that. Well, he's just going to join right now. Is there any other questions while he's joining?
Yeah, I had a couple of questions. Can you go back to the view as a student view?
Yeah, from the assignment. Yep.
So, so there was below the calendar a list of events, and I'm not sure what that includes. But where do I see? Let's see. So this is my list of things to do next under assignments.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, and the calendar is something that can be developed individually, so I can have my own calendar, plus it will interact with the class calendar, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You can sync your Google Calendar.
Mm-hmm. So sync my Google Calendar as a student would be my personal Google Calendar, but I can also make events as a student, correct?
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. Yes, you can. So on the calendar, basically, if you think of this as this is a collection, what we do is simplify it down for you so you have all of your assignments for all of your courses in one place. So any assignment that a faculty member adds on a course immediately adds an event notification or a calendar event on your agenda and calendar. So this syncs, so it sends you a notification of when it's due. So normally if assignment's due at 11:59 p.m., you'll get a notification. You can set preferences for those notifications on the right-hand side. You can also filter out between all the courses that you're in, and you can see your personal calendar and filter that out as well. So if I want to be able to get notifications from my personal calendar as well, I can just sync my Google Calendar into here and be able to have essentially one area to find all those assignments and information I have.
And so for the calendar, that's across classes, right?
Yeah, it's for every single course that you're in on Nopal.
And then, so what about assignments? Is it just showing me the list for the highlighted course?
Yeah, so when I click on, so if I go to the homepage, I'll just show you so you have a good out. This is the homepage in Nopal, so this is outside of all courses. This is essentially a feed of all activity on the platform that's related to my courses that I'm in, groups I'm in, or any posts from the platform. Then when I go to a course, you see on the top how it's just a regular post bar right here. I can able to see the different courses I can post to or groups, or I can go directly into a course under here, and once it's highlighted in green, you'll be able to see now that I'm in a course page. Once I'm in this course page, then I can communicate. Any communications on this course page is only for the course page and anyone's within the course. If I go to the assignments tab within this course, it's essentially all the assignments that the faculty member has created for the individuals in this course. And so all of these assignments, as well as any other assignments in any other course that you're in, are synced to your agenda, which is also part of the calendar. Basically, an easier way to look at the calendar.
Yeah, I guess so. If I'm just, I guess a lot of our students are only enrolled in a couple of courses at a time, but if I'm enrolled in 5 courses,
Right.
and I want to see, well, what's next on my to-do list, regardless of course, right? I'm just managing my time. I look at the calendar.
Yeah, I can look at the agenda right here and say, oh, here's what's coming up. I have a little couple of black dots that are in the next week. I can see what's coming up, what this event is. I can click on it, be able to go right to it. Oh, I have to discuss your thoughts on Nopal, and I have to make a post right here. Okay, let me go do that. Or I can go back to the current day and say, okay, oh, there's homework DeVry that just came available today. I can go and complete that. And so it gives you a quick view of what you need to do for whatever courses you're in. If you're in 1 or 2 courses at a time, or 5 or 10. And then you can also filter out those courses. So if I want to uncheck certain courses, I can do that, or recheck them. I can do that as well to be able to see that information appear right.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
so
you
the
can
list
set
below the calendar is everything scheduled for the selected day.
Correct.
And so if you want to see everything coming up for the week, you just select whatever has dots on it.
Yep. Yeah, and I'll just show you, like, back in February, I had a bunch of classes. So I had, like, a bunch of activities I had to do. So I had, like, different meetings I had to attend on this day. Or on the 11th, I needed to attend a class meeting, or Class 8 assignment was due, or whatever was coming up. And I can see all the different assignments. If I click on different days, I can see what was due that day for every one of all my courses in one place. It's a really nice tool for students. And it seems like a small thing, but it's really difficult for some students to be able to organize that information. They have to add their own calendar events to their own calendar, and if the faculty member changes that event or that time that it's due, it messes up with all the other events they've had, so they have to rechange everything. So in here, we automatically push the updates. So once the faculty member changes the date, it'll change the date on the agenda for all the students as well. So it changes that one event.
And Andrew, I can't see that in a week view either, can I?
You can. So if I come in on so basically the agenda on the right-hand side is a very quick view at what you have upcoming. Then if I want to go to a calendar view, that's the bigger view that you can be able to see that. So if I want to come in just like on Google Calendar, I can. If I want to, let me go to. Yeah, I can just go here. So I can see all the other upcoming assignments I have, what times they're due. Usually they're due around 12, so I can see the different stuff right here, whether class meetings or schedules or stuff that's due at 11:59 p.m. I can see what it is. I can just see what's going on right here, what class it's from as well. And I can also search out the courses, as well as I can search out the categories too. Filter them out. I can create my own events from here, similar to Google Calendar. I make them all day, repeating. I can add them to certain calendars very easily.
That's right, and then the personal calendar is actually your personal Nopal calendar on Google. It doesn't tie back to your own personal calendar, correct?
It does that. So it will. So if you add an event to your personal calendar, it can add directly back to your Google Calendar.
Okay. Cool.
And it also will integrate your calendar as well, so it'll go back and forth.
Okay.
Hey, Alex, I know I had you on here. I just wanted to have you talk a little bit about the course shells. Tim was asking a question about automating the process for courses on the back end, and how we're going about doing that.
Yeah, so is this from like an SIS standpoint, or importing it through Common Cartridge, or what's the generality of the question?
Yeah, that's a good question, Alex. I'm not sure which model DeVry uses, but so 2 things. The one is we have I guess you call it a Common Cartridge, so we have a master course shell that's duplicated out to 5, 10, 25 different faculty across the system, each given session. And so that master shell would need to be able to be duplicated, plus then from the SIS perspective, individual student accounts according to the assigned section that they're in.
Okay, yeah. So as far as the way the master shell works, so basically what you can do is you can import it, and that comes in as a class, and then underneath that class there are sections of that class. So all the sections can inherit the content or the due dates or any content or material from the parent course, which in this case would be your shell. And then from the SIS system, we would pull all the enrollment information, then it sounds like.
Okay. And then the faculty would still have the ability to coordinate and adjust their shell themselves. How would they be able to then push that back up to be considered in the master shell and or in their version? In other words, can a faculty members become their master?
So what we currently support right now is the parent course, or in this case the shell. The parent course contains all the information, and then designated users are allowed to modify it, but you can't push content back up to it unless you are designated as an admin of the parent shell.
Okay.
So you have to be designated as an admin.
And a faculty member then, every time they get that new or that master shell, so the next session they would get the original parent shell. They wouldn't get their version of the parent.
So what they could do is they could get the new version of the master shell and then import content from previous courses that they've taught.
They could do an import. Okay, that'd be an interesting one to be able to see. So I'd like to be able to see that process or talk that process tomorrow, as well when we talk to the next larger group of in the demo.
Okay, that process is not currently available because we don't have sample material that we're allowed to use. Would you be able to give us some of your content that we could demo with?
That'd be probably a longer term requirement, but so we can talk about it tomorrow as a process, and then look at that as being one of our activities to demo.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, great. Thanks, Alex. And I think Steve had a question regarding color coding. So on what we've done in terms of the user interface on here is try to make it as kind of streamlined for every single course. Similar to what Facebook did with their UI, is that they came in and kind of created basically one color set, the color scheme for everyone. And so we didn't. We recognize that in a lot of courses that are on Blackboard or other platforms, that faculty sometimes would use crazy different colors and be very weird to the eyes. And so we just wanted to make it a unique experience that you can come on here, have the same color set for all the courses. And then if I click on courses, it'll highlight in green for when I'm selected on a course. And then we have blue when you're selecting on a text box or a comment box. That's for all your assignments, and submissions are all organized that way as well. The buttons are blue on the top. If I hover over it, you'll see like a little blue bar on the top when I hover over it. And then when selected, it'll be a little gray selected in terms of the bulletin button. So I hope that answers that question. Does that make sense?
I'm sorry, I missed part of that, because I know he asked a question when there was a list of events and some were black and a couple were green.
So now he's asking on the calendar. Yes, so on the calendar, the different dots, you can change the colors for certain courses. So if I go to the calendar, I can show you what you can do there. So if I create an event, I can choose what the event color is. So I can come on here and be able to choose black or green or a different color for that certain course. And I can choose what course I'm posting it from and what the color is for that certain class, essentially. Does that make sense?
Andrew and team, we've got another meeting we have to jump to in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Alex, quick question on the colors. Are they by course or event? Do you know that?
The color should be assigned by course when they're generated automatically. You as a user can assign your personal events to whatever color you want, but each course has its own color that it's automatically assigned. We are working on improving that experience over winter break.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you wanted to have different colors for certain other assignments, you can essentially change those colors right from the calendar and create them right from here.
All right, thanks.
No problem. All right, well, if there's any other questions, you can use the Nopal classroom that we created for you guys to be able to ask any questions, comment, be able to test it out for yourself. Because I think it's really nice to be able to go on the platform itself and be able to try out different things. So if you do have any questions or want to chat with us on Nopal, we'll get an email and we'll be able to come on here and chat with you guys.
Cool.
So I can chat with Tim right here and go from there.
Andrew, Matt, Alex, thank you guys very much.
Thank you all.
Jeff, Murray, and Will, Steve. I know Gossie's left already. We're going to jump over to the next call now, but thank you guys as well.
Yeah, thanks
you.
to everyone that joined. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks so much.
All right.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
All right, bye.